everyone. So today I'm going to be making a scene card, and I have some watercolor paper here, and I'm going to start off with tumbled glass. I'm just grabbing some ink, and you start off to the side and bring it onto the paper. And I'm just going to continue to do this until the whole paper is pretty much covered. Just a little bit of the spice marmalade. That's okay, it won't matter in the end. Tiny bit of the peacock feathers. I'm building up this color in layers, and a lot of ink is really important for the effect that I'm going for. Okay, Dusty Concord. I think I'll go like this way. And then the last is the black soot. And this is just going to go along the edges. And I'm not really pushing hard. And then I'm going to go back in one more time with the peacock feathers, just to give it a tiny bit more of that greenish blue. Mostly in the middle. I'm going to grab this little piece of cardstock here, and I'm going to use scattered straw first, and this is just another watercolor cardstock. So the scattered straw. Peeled paint. And the iced spruce. Now with this card here, this cardstock, I'm going to spray a little bit of water in my hand and then let it just kind of fall. Okay, I'm going to set this aside to dry. So I'm just going to pick up some of this salt, place it in the water really quickly, bring it back up and flick it on there. I don't want it to dry too fast or melt into the water. Kind of dip my fingers in there. Grabbing the salt out of the water and flicking it. Grab a little more salt here. And my fingers are kind of wet, so I just pinch them, keep the salt in my fingers, and then flick the salt onto here. This is messy, but if it does what I think it's going to do, which I hope it does, I'll be really, really happy. Okay, and then I'm just gonna flick a little bit of water. I don't want a whole ton of water. And I'm doing it kind of in an upward motion. Okay, so I'm just going to take this little piece and I'm flipping it over, and I am just going to draw a little hill here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We'll just cut this out like that. And then I have two little images that I'm going to be using today, and I have these two from the SVG cuts already cut out. I just need to get the images here. So this little guy right here, he's from the Stomper set. So I have him. And then this little guy right here is from the Living Fossils set. Grab him. So I'm just going to grab the VersaFine ink these guys up really, really quickly. Do the same thing with this little guy. Okay, and I just have these Inktense pencils. Okay, so I have a little bit of water here, and I have an aqua brush. This aqua brush is empty. And then I am going to just start, and I'm going to dip my brush and then pull the color. You can see that color on the tip of the brush off the pencil here. And then bring that over to my dinosaur and start at the edge and bring it over. Now this is not watercolor paper, so I've got to be really careful on how much I blend it all out and how much water I actually place down. Okay, I just have this white Jelly Roll pen here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of dots to these guys. Okay, well it kind of did. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. If you look right here in the actual water droplet spots, let's see if I can catch it. Do you see that reflective little, it almost looks like shiny little bits? That's the salt that actually embeds itself into the paper, which is what I was kind of going for. And when it does that, it sticks in there, and then it like, I don't know how to explain it, like shines almost like glitter, but not as like blingy as glitter. Here's another big piece right here. Let's see. You might be able to see it if I can catch it in the light right. Okay, moving on. Grab the black soot. And whatever was left on the black soot, I don't think I need to re-ink it. I'm just going to take and kind of do the edge here. Just a little. I'm going to pop this up on some foam adhesive. Now before I place this down, I'm going to also place these little guys on some foam adhesive here. Anytime you're doing a card that has foam adhesive, this is going to be the first layer. Anything off of that, so this part down here is on the first layer. So that means that this part back here, if you're going to do foam adhesive, it needs to be double, so it becomes level with this foam right here. So these two right here are actually level. So I need to put double on these, which I'm sure you probably already knew, but for those of you who didn't know, and then I'm just going to place this at the bottom of the card. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take my white gel pen and just come and draw some little tiny dots. Okay, next I'm going to take one of these stars here, and this is Glow in the Dark Scribbles 3D paint. It's like that puffy paint that we used to use. This is like 40 cents from Joann Fabrics or Michaels, and go on top of the star here. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back to the card here and very, very, very carefully I'm going to drop little tiny drops of this. While that's drying, I'm going to take this Live-In Fossil set and that sentiment right there that says Wish Big, and I'm going to stamp that out. I think that's good enough. I'll fix it with a pen. I always think of my sentiments very last. I don't know what my deal is. Okay, so our star has dried, and it has kind of a tiny bit of a yellowish tint to it from the puffy paint. So, and I'm all right with that. It just kind of looks like a star to me. So I have these DIY glue dots that my sweet friend Christine sent me. And I am going to use one on the back of the star here. I'm going to place it right there. Press that down pretty good. And then, can you see all those little raised dots? Those are dry. Those are the little puffy paint. So I'm just going to flip this over and adhere it to my card. And that's it. That's our card for today. I hope you got inspired to go and create something that is perfectly imperfect. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.